Hello, and today I'm going to be doing my August wrap-up. I've only read 3 books. The first book that I read in the month of August is How Rory Thorne Destroyed the Multiverse by Kate Easton, and I did enjoy it. This is about a girl named Rory Thorne who was supposed to be born a boy, and the first boy in their family always gets the name Rory, and because they thought that she was a boy, they were planning on giving her the name Rory, and then when she was born a boy, they decided to give it to her anyway, and stuff happens. This is a really good blend of science fiction and fantasy, I feel like. And at the beginning it's a lot weirder, and I wanted it to stay weird the entire way through. I've heard that the sequels to this are weirder, and the first one is the most normal, I guess. So I probably will be picking up the sequel because I love weird books. So I just wanted this to go there, and it really didn't. But it did have some really cool fantasy blends in here, like the main character. Every girl has a naming ceremony, and then these fairies come. I think there's 4 fairies come and give her gifts, kind of like Sleeping Beauty. So I did enjoy that part. I thought that was a cool fantasy thing. And then there's lots of science fiction in here, and there's a lot of discussion about gender roles and where women belong in society, and she has a younger brother and he's going to be king, and so they have good commentary about why women aren't ruling and stuff like that. I think that something that really bogged this book down for me and made me not enjoy it as much is the way that it's told. This is told in a third person perspective, and I generally do not like third person perspectives that much. However, it works in certain books, like the book I'm going to be talking about next. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because this was an adult book and it was told in third person. That might have honestly been why. But I also like adult thrillers that are told in third perspective, or a third person perspective. So I don't know, but something about this third person perspective just didn't work for me, and it dragged the rating down and my enjoyment down of this novel, and I ended up giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. However, I'm not sure yet, but I might check out the sequels. So, and the next book that I read was actually a reread. This is Wake by Amanda Hocking. This book follows 2 teenagers who are sisters. There's Gemma, and then there's Harper. And this is a book about sirens, and the sirens choose to make Gemma also a siren, and it's just a fun book. Harper is really worried about Gemma. Harper is a big sister, overprotective type here. Both the sisters have romances in this novel, and I think it's just a perfect novel for summer. That being said, I am going to reread the rest of the series. There are 4 in the quartet, I guess it's called, and I'm going to be rereading all of them, even though it's now September. But I'm still going to be rereading the rest of the quartet. Very excited about that. And the last book that I've read so far in the month of August, because I'm still on a reading slump, but I don't want to say it again because I think I'm jinxing myself every single time I say it, but you know what I'm gonna say. I think that I am gonna be able to read now. I really don't want to jinx it, but I have been really liking reading recently. This book is Forest of Souls by Lori M. Lee, and this is about a woman who is training to be the queen's spy, and stuff happens, and she ends up in I honestly don't really know how to talk about this book without spoilers, because I honestly don't know what counts as spoilers for this book. Because, like, if I was going into this book, I wouldn't want to know, like, anything, and, like, I'm glad that I didn't know, like, anything going into this one, because it just made it a lot more fun. This is just a really fun adventure story with a lot of diversity. I think everyone in this book is Asian, but I might be wrong. But it does have a lot of diversity. The main character is Asian, and it was just a really fun book, honestly. I don't know, because the thing is with this book, when I went into it, like, again, I didn't want to know anything about it, and it was so fun because I didn't know anything about it, so I don't really want to say anything about it. But if you're looking for a fun, diverse fantasy book, this is definitely it for you, with some travel aspects, some just cool action scenes in here. It was just a really fun, enjoyable book. I did give this a 4 to 5 stars, and I think what took it down, like, from a 5 to 5 stars was the characters. So, know that before you go into this novel. The characters were not my fave, because I feel like the characters were really just generic. Like, I don't think that they had very, like, unique personalities. And I'm the kind of reader, I love plot and I love characters. So, like, I want both of those things to be, like, top notch for me to give it a 5 out of 5 stars, and it just wasn't there with me for the characters. But this did have a really good friendship in it, which I really loved.